post the link. Hey, Carlita. So, good afternoon, everyone, over on YouTube and on Facebook in the Create Financial Solution group. We are here today with another live demonstration of QuickBooks Online. And today we are going to go over the reports. Let me go ahead and get the link for those who are in Clubhouse so they can go to the YouTube so you can actually see the demonstration. And guys, it is, I'm challenged sometime with this. Okay. All right. Lord. Okay. Share, copy link. So I don't know. There should be a way where you can actually um, schedule the demo. Okay. Let me know, guys, if you go over. Okay, thank you to Shonda. Carlita. All right, so I need hello. I see some people over on let me see where you are. I see some people over here. All right, some people in the group. Let me put on a chat. Let me know if you can hear me. I know last week I was having a feedback with the mic, but I used my headphone today. So if you're on YouTube or you're in the Facebook group, can you please let me know if you're hearing, if you can hear, and if there's a feedback. So I would love to know that before I start the demonstration. So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for those who are joining us in the Clubhouse room and for those who are joining us on YouTube or in the Facebook group. And today we're going to be doing a live demonstration of QuickBooks Online. If you have any question, please feel free to put the questions in the chat. Or for those who are in the Clubhouse room, you can come to the stage. I'll be more than happy to take your questions. Now, today I'm going to be doing this demonstration. I wanted to come in early. I didn't. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, Elder Carmen. Thank you so much for joining us, gracing us with your presence. So, we have gone over several things in QuickBooks Online. We gone over the dashboard. We gone over how to enter receipts and invoices, how to set up your QuickBooks. We've done that in previous video. So we will attach those videos. So if you have any questions about those, you can watch those videos. Today, I'm actually going to go over the report, actually how you pull reports inside of QuickBooks. However, if there is something that you want to see, you need to see, or you think there's something that you said, oh, I don't know how to do this inside of QuickBooks, really put a question in and we will definitely demonstrate that for you. Just to let you know, I have a meeting and I am most definitely going to be doing this for about 15 or 20 minutes. And then, Carlita, if you can take any question, I would appreciate it. But I will probably have to run out of here early. But I didn't want to not come at all. So if you have any question, please, please, please make sure you are asking those questions. So for those who are on, if you're on YouTube, I'm going to be doing the demonstration and you should be able to see my screen if this thing will work, because sometimes it gets a little crazy. All right. So let's make sure that we have everything working over here. All right. Ta-da. All right, so we are inside of QuickBooks. Normally, when you open QuickBooks, you're inside, you see the dashboard. It opens to the dashboard. You can either open to where it says get things done, and it will give you all these things that needs to be done, or you can go to the business view. And we'll probably do that in depth at some other point where we talk about the different tabs that are on the business view that you might use to make sure that you're understanding what's going on in your business. So today we're going to go to the reports. So we're going to go over the reports that you can see inside of QuickBooks, and I'm actually going to do a couple of transactions so you can see how those report flows over to the transaction. I know, like yesterday, we were talking about setting up the charts of account, and I just wanted to show you what that looks like inside of QuickBooks. So on the left panel, you can go right down here and it says charts of account, and we can say see charts of account, and it will pull up your charts of account. Now, if you notice yesterday when we were talking, we talked about the assets. So it showed a bank, then all the assets to the top, then the liabilities. It says it right here that these are liabilities, then the equity, then income, and below is the expenses. It's always set up like this, and you want to make sure, because I'm going to go right over to the report. So this is how the chart of account is set up. So we're going to go first of all to the income and expense report, or it's known inside of here as a profit and loss. Now, this is a favorite tab. If you click any of these to be favorite, it will be the first report. Because these are the reports that we're always putting, it makes it a favorite. But these are all the reports that you can pull inside of your QuickBooks. And these are going to be looking at your business from the overview of your business. It's going to like look at a snapshot of your business. So any of these report, but the most common report that we pull is the profit and loss report and the balance sheet. So I'm going to pull up this profit and loss. And then once you pull the report, this screen will definitely come up, and right here. Now, this is just, you can go back to the report list. Now, where it says report period, you can do any period that is on here. If it's the period is not here, what you're going to do is do custom period, right? And we're not doing custom period today. We're going to do last year. This is where you select the period. Now, this is how the column display. And I'm going to do a couple of different column displays so you can see how you can look at your report. And this is just saying that they're taking out the accounts that are zeros. This is another good feature where it compare other period. And this is the accounting method, the cash or the accruals. We're going to do this in cash, and you're going to hit the run report. Now, if you notice, once we hit run report, it now puts the report from January to December, and it pulls in all the information that are inside of here. Now, this is a sample company, so it might not have a lot of information. So you might want it. So, but this is the idea. Now, two things I'm going to show you that I think is very important for every business. So this is the total for the year. Now, this column that says display column by total, you can change this and how it display. Now, I don't do weeks and months and all of that. I might want to look at it in quarter, but you got to make sure you hit the run report. So now what it does, it pulls in it breaks down the report in quarter so you can see it, right? And if you notice, the information that's in the sample company is basically for the last quarter. So you can see now with your company, it would have had all the quarters, and now you're able to compare to see what is happening inside of each quarter. You will have more data inside of your company that is going to give you the report for the quarter. Now, I also do monthly. Like I said, I don't do daily and weekly. So if I want to see the months that how much what I'm making, the average per month, this is showing you that there was. So you can now look to see which month. See the months, the different months, so you can see, you know, what is happening for a monthly. So that's also a cool feature. And this is actually some of the stuff that I don't use right now because I don't need that information. And this, you can go right back to years. I don't know if this will do it. So it's going to put 2021. But the feature that I also love and think most people are going to find very informative is the compare another period. So you go here and then you can do previous year, and then you can actually do change by dollar amount. So we're going to do the dollar amount change, run. Okay, this did not pick it up, did it? Okay, so now we still have this by year. So we're going to go back and do total only, run. And now you see 20. It shows you the difference of how the amount changed. Welcome everyone who's coming in. We are doing a live online QuickBooks demonstration, and we are inside of our the YouTube channel. The link is at the top of the room. Please click it, and you can go over to YouTube so you can see what I'm actually doing. So if you notice this change by dollar amount actually changes, and it show you, because there was nothing here, it shows you that. Now another way to look at your data is to look at the percentage change. I don't want to see all of it on one report. Run. So if these was changed, had percentage, if there was figures for 2020, it would actually show you the percentage change. For me, when I pull my report, what it did is that my income changed by like 40%. There are stuff that I'm not doing anything. It was like 100%, but this give you an idea of how, especially for your income, how much that income change over the year. So you want to make sure that you are looking at these reports. So it's not just when you have the profit and loss, and now you can now look at it in different ways. That's going to help you to make decision for your business. So that's the profit and loss, or the income statement, whichever one we choose to call it. So that is. Now, another thing that you can look at when it comes to the report is actually you can look at as the expense as related to, we don't, that's we want to see the percentage of income that goes to each expense. So we can do run. So now we are now able to see where our money is going, because this is saying that the income is 100%. It also tells us that 55% of the income, where that came from, 79% is coming from here, and then, but it also shows us that our ultimate bill cost is 14% of our income. We're spending 14% of our income on automobile costs. And job and material supply, we're spending 35%. The total of it, we're actually spending 41%. And if we notice right here, rent and lease, it says we're spending 50% of our income. Now, just bear in mind that this is a sample company and it does not have a full year of data. But the idea is so that you can understand how to pull these report, read them, look at them, and help you to make decision in your business. That is it. And then we can do, or we can look at the columns, the rows. Let's look at expense. Let's make sure. Okay. So this is now showing you just the expenses, what percentage of the expenses as it relates to the income. So it's one of the things that you want to actually look at is actually the income, what portion of your income you're spending on expenses. All right, so that's the profit and loss. So now we're going to go back to the report and we're going to go to the balance sheet. Now your balance sheet is actually, it's like it's taking everything in consideration, not just the things that you do for a period. It is like a continuous, it accumulates everything over the years. So whereas the profit and loss is done at the period, which means it's for like a year, or a month or a quarter, the balance sheet is run at the end of a period. So this is at the end of December. Now it tells you the information here. Your net income flows into your balance sheet from your profit and loss. So the reason why you want to have stuff set up correctly is so that when the numbers are coming in, it flows straight through to your profit and loss. Now, this account is an equity account. That means when they start, they have some opening equity. But if you notice at the top where the assets, remember how our chart of account is set up? You have the assets, then you have all of the assets. So we have the total of the assets right here. Then the liability and the equity, the total of the liability, total liabilities right here, and then your equity. And we just look at the profit and loss. So that's why when you set up your chart of account, you want to set it up so that when those numbers flow through to the report, you can see it. Welcome, Audrey. The link is at the top where I'm actually doing a demonstration live on YouTube. Now, your bank account, it will give you a total of your bank account. This is something that you want to reconcile to make sure whatever the bank says you have is what you actually have in your QuickBooks and that balance correctly. Accounts receivable are those people that owe you, so you also want to make sure that you are reconciling that item as well. And then undeposited fund, this is money that you receive, but you did not yet take it to the bank. And we talk about the assets or the capital. The asset, they have a truck. The original cost is $13,000. Now you notice that this account is not doing the depreciation, but if they had depreciation, it would have been right. You'd see the accumulated depreciation right on this screen right here. And then when we go down to the liabilities, you have accounts payable. These are vendors. They have credit card. This is like sales taxes. These are taxes or departments that government department that they owe. So that comes in. But at the end of the day, the liabilities plus the equity must balance to the asset. And we can say that in any form, any way we want to say that equation, we can say it. But most definitely, and that's why it's called the balance sheet, because it must be balanced. I know that some people says, oh, there's nothing that balance. Well, in accounting, it must balance. There has to be a balance. It has to balance. So this is basically tells you what is happening in your business, how much money you owe, how much things you own, and your equity in the business. That's basically what the balance sheet is telling you. Now, the other report that we often recommend is the cash flow statement. Now, this is a pretty clean balance sheet. There are other stuff that might pop up on your balance sheet that you want to make sure that you're checking to make sure that everything that's on your balance sheet is actually giving you a good idea of what your business actually owe, what it owns. And the other thing is that return earning right here is not showing return earning, but this is another account that you want to pay attention to. And this is like an accumulation of all the profit that you make in your business. So now your business is building equity. So basically this business has about 18,000 in equity. So it has 22,000 in assets. So if this business was to fall, and I don't even remember, I don't even want to go into the ratio, but I'm going to take a stab at it. So what he's saying that if this business was to go out of business and they decided to sell or convert all of their assets into cash, they have the cash for 3,000. They can convert their receivable into cash. They can then convert their fixed asset into cash. They would have 22,000 in cash now, and that from that cash now they got to pay up 3,900, and that leaves them with 18,000. So if they were to close the business, pay up all the money that they owe, they would have $18,000 in cash. Now that does not, it might not convert as easily as possible because the assets are put in the order of convertibility. So cash is cash. Accounts receivable is the next thing. It cashes. It takes a shorter time to turn to cash, and then the other undeposited fund is probably cash you have. You just need to put it in the bank, and then the fixed asset, takes a longer time to convert to cash. All right, so that is the income statement or the profit and loss. That is the balance sheet, and I'm going to show you the cash flow statement. All right, so let's go right here, the statement of cash flow. And the easiest way to explain the statement of cash flow, I I normally said it is the report that actually shows you where money came from, where it went, and how much money you actually made in your business. So there's three major sections on the cash flow statement: operating activities, which mean that everything to do with the day-to-day business, making profit, generating income. So they show you the operating activities and what actually happened. Then it actually show you investment activity. In this case, the truck was an investment. They made an investment in the truck, and that means that they put money out, they made an investment out. And then financing activity is where the money actually came from. So the three parts of the cash flow statement. So even though I'm going to do this real quick so you all can see it. I'm going to do open a new tab and hope this works, because it doesn't always work with the with okay. So I'm going to go to the profit and loss for last year and run. And you see it says the loss, profit and loss was, the loss was $469. I wanted you to look at it right here. But if you notice on a statement of cash flow, they did all of these things, and it's saying the cash at the end of the period was 4,000 because they had some non cash transaction. So this actually tells you that they made this investment of 13,000, but they had this equity in the business. So that's what give them the it says cash increase for the period. So that is it. It means the owner might have put some money in the business. They got a loan and various financial activities. So that is it for the three major report. As you want to at least be looking at these report on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis. I would suggest you pull up these report on a quarterly basis, take a look at them, see what's going on, and make sure that you kind of have an idea of what your business is actually worth. Carlita, do you have anything to share? Anybody have any question? Because I have to run on out of here. Carlita? Okay. You are welcome. Tashonda, Ingrid, Elder Carmen, any question, anything? All right. If there is no question, I am going to run out of here because I have another engagement that I had to take care of. But I wanted to make sure that I came in and gave you the demonstration. You do have this video that you can go back to on YouTube. And if you're in the group, you can always go to the video, watch the video. And especially if you're at a point where you're actually pulling the report, and this will give you an idea of how to actually pull the report and the different columns, different stuff that you can look at. All right, over here on YouTube, thank you guys for coming. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so when I go live on Tuesdays, I do this every Tuesday. On Tuesday, you will get a notification and you'll be able to join us with a live demonstration. If you have any question, please feel free to put those questions in the comment or send me a message on Facebook or even on Instagram or on Clubhouse back channel. All right, guys, we are ending the live over on YouTube. Thank you guys for coming.